Hello there and welcome back to the Hull City Fan Central YouTube channel, where today I will have my first bit of England coverage for this international break, seeing some of the Nations League fixtures. So tomorrow we do face Italy in the Nations League, a very intense game of course. It's against Italy, the side that beat us in the Euros 2020 final that was played in 2021. So there's a bit of stakes coming into this game with us trying to actually get that win over them after managing to pick up a draw in the Nations League in the first leg of this two-leg bit for them. So in this video I'll be going over my predicted England lineup, who I think will score, what I think the score will be, and also a bit of extra information coming into this about both nations. So let's move on to the England starting predicted lineup that I've got. So in goal, I do predict Ramsdale. He has had a fantastic few seasons as Arsenal's number one, basically. With Pickford out injured as well, you'd tip Ramsdale to take the start in this game, of course, with it being quite an intense game against quite an intense Italy side who are trying to get some reward within their system, obviously not qualifying for the World Cup. So Ramsdale, he's crucial for a clean sheet, but will he gather one? Okay, so for three centre-backs, we've got two ex-Hull City players and then another one in there. So John Stones is the only non-ex-Hull City player I do predict in these three centre-backs starting for England against Italy. He's had a fantastic time in the Premier League with Man City, just showing his air and his grace within the past few seasons. So yeah, he's got to start. Alongside him, of course, Harry Maguire, the ex-Hull City player. So yeah, Harry Maguire, he's a staple in the England lineup. Your views, but he is a staple in the lineup. He is a good footballer despite all of the negativity around him. So I do edge him to start in this game. And then another ex-Hull City player who only came on loan for a season at the club, Fikayo Tomori. He's had a fantastic time in the Serie A, being a standout player, not only for English talent there, but just for talent in general. He's still quite young, still got quite a bit to show for himself. So I do tip him to start in this game, and I think he should do. He's a fantastic player. Wing backs now, we do have basically the two Chelsea players, Ben Chilwell and Reece James, filling in them left and right wing back roles respectively. They're two of the most fantastic wing backs that you can watch in the Premier League, let alone in the world. I think that especially with the former Tuchel air about them, I think that they really blossomed under that. Hopefully they can blossom under that with Graham Potter. But obviously not Grant McCann, I'm going into my Hull City mindset. But obviously Gareth Southgate, he knows both players very well. He can cater towards that despite what's going on at Chelsea. So yeah, he'll be catering them to it, into what will be a fantastic wing-back partnership that we haven't really seen that much, obviously, with injury with both players at various different times within the past season. In the centre, I've got another English talent who's been tearing it up abroad. That is Jude Bellingham, who has been doing fantastic stuff for Borussia Dortmund over in the German First Division. And then partnering up with him in the central midfield area, we've got Jordan Henderson, although he didn't actually get called up to the squad initially, but with a injury with Calvin Phillips, I believe, he did get called up, and he's here now. And he's a very strong player. I don't think he's necessarily at the air of some of the players within this squad, but I think that he's more there as the head, as the mindset, as sort of the voice there in the changing rooms. You don't often pick a starting 11 based solely on talent. You've got to pick it on various different factors, whether, if it's a good voice in the changing room, or it's an experienced player who can teach these young players. It's various different reasons. That's why John Henderson, I think, has been tipped over some of the other talents to get this late call-up into the England squad yet again. And I do tip him to start in this game against Italy. And the front three of all front threes. It's a front three that I've actually had a near perfect start to the Premier League so far. Harry Kane, of course, up top. He's been doing wonders for Tottenham Forest. Tottenham Forest. I was going to say not Tottenham Forest. What's the team name? Tottenham Hotspur. That's it. Not Tottenham Forest. got two teams mixed up in my head there. But yes, no, not Tottenham Forest. Tottenham Hot. I don't know. Yes, that team in London. So yeah, Harry Kane's been doing wonders for them. He's been doing a fantastic job so far. He usually has a slow start into a league season, but he's been coming out guns blazing, trying to match the era of Haaland. And talking of Haaland, over on the left wing is a man who's been playing alongside him for some time, Phil Foden. I say some time, about 10 games, but Haaland's scored about 20 million in that time. Yes, Phil Foden I do think will start, of course. He's a fantastic little nifty player, and I've got to say he's one of the best left wingers that England have produced in some time. He's fantastic. He's so I was going to say he's versatile. He's versatile within the front three. I feel that left wing is his predominant role. He does that near perfect. But then he can do a job in everywhere else, so in somewhat of a mediocre level. So he's a brilliant player, and you've got to tip him to start. And then one more player over on the right wing, that is Raheem Sterling. After his move to Chelsea, he's had a pretty much bang-on start. He's scored majority of Chelsea's goals for this season so far. I think he's scored all but one of them or something like that. So it's been a near-perfect start after his move away from Man City in the transfer window. So you can't really fault the lad, can you? So that's my predicted lineup. Let me know down in the comments who you think might start over other players if you would like take some out. Just let me know down there about that. Okay, so with Italy having a very intense previous time with England, we've got to talk about the past few games, so to say. So in the past 7 meetings between both nations, there has been one win for England, and the rest have all been either draws or wins to Italy. So it's not really looking in our favour. We have got a bit of energy about us. We are looking to build a team for the World Cup in Qatar in December. So it's gonna be in our favour. Obviously, having pulled out that 0-0 draw against them in the Nations League earlier on in the year, and then obviously with the upset in the Euro final with that penalty shootout loss, it's been frustrating. We haven't actually lost to Italy in some time, though, with both of them being draw scenarios within the full 90 minutes or 120 minutes in the Euro sense, only losing out on a penalty shootout, which is a penalty shootout. We're England. We like to butcher them up. So, yeah, I'm going to tip in England's favour, but you just have to stay tuned to see what my prediction is. So, yeah, it's been a very toss and turn past few years against Italy. I feel that Italy's side is actually degrading from what they have. I know that they were trying to make sort of a new youth side, with having a lot of experienced players playing in the leagues and in the nation for some time. I mean, you look at that defence; it's experience wealthy. And they're really trying to bring in this new talent with a few of the players retiring, a few of the players not getting call-ups in the past few international windows. So yeah, they're really trying to look to reform like a new face Italy, especially after the upset of not qualifying for the World Cup. So it's going to be a bit of a different test to what many people would have thought, but I think I'm going to edge us. I mean, it's England. You've got to edge your home country, and especially when that home country is England. So my prediction will be so lovely 2-0 win for England. Yes, I do think England will pull out a nice 2-0 win, making our stay on the bottom of the Nations League a brief one. I mean brief, we've had quite a few months at the bottom of the Nations League. But yeah, I do think we're going to get lifted off, and Italy will replace us, obviously with them being in third and us being in fourth in the league. So I do think it's going to be a 2-0 win. I do think that Harry Kane will pick up the first goal for England, obviously continuing his goal scoring tally for this season so far, and obviously picking up one goal in the Nations League so far this time round. So yeah, I do think that Harry Kane will pick up a goal, and then another goal will be picked up from a certain Mr. Phil Foden. Yes, I do think that 2 of the front 3 will actually get on the score sheet within this 2-0 win. Obviously, with our under-21 side beating Italy, Italy's under-21 side 2-0 tonight, in 2 goals in 5 minutes. I don't think it's quite going to go like that. But yeah, I do think it's going to be a 2-0 win. Let me know down in the comments what you think the score will be, who you think will score, and any other bits of information that you agree or disagree with me in this video. Just let me know down below. But this has been the Hull City Fan Central YouTube channel. Make sure to like and subscribe to see more England and Hull City content as we make our way through the international window, with some of the biggest fixtures coming up for England, especially some of the ones that could decide the fate of some of our players. So stay tuned for that. But this has been the Hull City Fan Central YouTube channel. Goodbye.